Good evening, everybody. Sarah from PWN. I hope you're all well. And my partner in crime and my sidekick, NMPI, Mr. Glenn himself.
Hello there, wifey.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, people. Hi there, Iwan. Hi, K-pop. Hi, Anne. Hi, Nina.
Hi, Nina. Hi, Anne. Hi, Paul. I'll leave it a few minutes till a few more people get in. As you can see by the title of this, where have I been? What have I been doing? Hi, Spring.
Hi, Spring.
And the future of PWN. So it's been, I think it must have been about a good month since I've streamed on here, I think, roughly. If not a bit more.
I think it's been a lot longer than that.
Maybe about 6 weeks. Don't know. Forgotten. Oh, it's Ryan today. Okay. Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Ryan.
How is everybody anyway? Have you all been well? Did you all have hi, Richard.
Hi, Richard.
It has been, Anne. How's everybody's Christmas? How was your New Year? Are you having a good start to 2020? I'm good, thank you, Richard. And if you can see there, it's nothing paranormal. It's just cheeky playing.
Hi, Kathy.
I'm good, thanks, Ryan. Hi, Kathy Han. How are you, my dear? Yeah, I know, Iwan. Okay, Anne. Nice. Very nice.
Still pretty low, to be honest with you, Richard.
Hi, Herman. You still on your lunch break?
Hi, Herman. Glad to see you got yourself up and running with Zara. She's a good help. Good to hear you're doing well, Kathy.
Yeah. What's the album for Richard? Not lunch yet, just working. Ah, okay. Well, we've got a few in here. It doesn't really matter how many turn up.
Yeah, I've just had a message from Janice. I've just told her that we've just started. She just gave me a thumbs up, and Tara as well.
Okay. Hi, Adrian. Oh, you're very welcome, Herman. I'm glad I can help. At least you got the basics to get you going now anyway. Right. So what have I been doing since I last saw you all? Well, some I've only spoken to the last time I spoke to you this morning. No, I didn't.
Only once, Herman. I get that 50 times a day.
He does. Some I've spoken to the other day, some I've spoken to before Christmas or after Christmas. So it's been a while. So hi, Janice. So just give you a basic what's been happening with me since December. Unfortunately, I had to pop home for a few days just before Christmas. As my foster mother, who I lived with for 4 years when I was a child, passed away. So that was a lovely start to my Christmas. Okay, Adrian. Hi, Michelle. Thanks, Herman. So, and driving back, I drive back with my stepdad number 2 and my mum. I think that was more dust than anything. I've been cleaning up today. Hi, Rich.
Hi, Rich. Hi, Blackcraft.
Hi, Backcraft. So I had a lovely family Christmas. It was the first time my mum spent here in about 10 years, which was lovely. So, and health-wise, hi, Matt. I've been up and down like a yo-yo. I did have a slight breakdown. Thanks, Richard. So I've not really been around too much on social media, apart from somewhere that some of you already know about. And just taking a little bit of a break from YouTube. Which brings me on to the next subject. The past month, thanks, Ryan. I've actually been streaming elsewhere off of YouTube. And the reason for doing this is basically the state of the YouTube paranormal field. With the hypocrisy of not everybody, but with some people calling Huff out. Now, I'm not a fan of Huff. A lot of people know this. With calling him out with his guitar pedals and whatever his box is called nowadays. I don't really know, don't really care. Calling him out to do with that, but then they start using those types of things themselves. Yeah, okay, Matt. A lot of it is, not everything. So that's just one thing that's got my back up, where, you know, you have some people calling him out one minute, but then using the same stuff that he does in the next. Shush, cheeky. But that it's not the only reason, Rich. A lot of the things that I've been seeing from a lot of the channels that I'm subscribed to, it's nowadays more down the lines of ghost adventures and most haunted. And I know with some channels it's entertainment, and for views and for subs and for money. And I'm just sorry, but that's not my cup of tea at all. I do what I do. I'm not a paranormal researcher, as a lot of you know. I am an ITC researcher. I do mainly spirit box sessions, but I do some stuff outside when I am able to. And about a good 90% of what I see on YouTube with regards to the paranormal is not paranormal. Well, yeah, yes, yeah, there is that as well, Andreas. I always get the name mixed up. Do you want to say what ITC is, hon?
Herman, it's instrumental transcommunication. It's the use of electronic equipment in the paranormal to try and speak to spirits, basically.
Yeah. Thank you, hon.
You're welcome, wifey.
So this is just two reasons, and I am more down the line of the scientific research, the trying of helping others within the community, getting that going with a lot of resources that I've put out over the last couple of years. And if I'm being quite frank, I have the feeling that it's all falling on deaf ears. I've seen people use the stuff that I've uploaded, almost quoting word for word and using it as their own. Hey gods, I'm good. How are you? And it's like, hey JD, it's like, you know, they'll take anything that another person has done and make it their own. Now, I've always been one for credit where credit is due, and I've always given credit where credit is due. And I do agree with you, Anne. People are becoming greedy. It's not only that, you can quite easily tell who's buying subs, who's buying views. Hey, First World. Social Blade is very, very good if you want to dive deep into a channel's analytics. It actually shows a lot. And it actually shows you sort of by the numbers, by the figures, you can quite easily see who is buying out there. And again, I'm not a person that's into that type of thing. Hey, Paula.
It just puts you in a circle of deceit. You know, if a person that proclaims to be honest by subscribers, then they've got no credibility in my eyes, because if they can be deceitful about one thing, they can be deceitful about another thing, including the paranormal.
Exactly. Now, this is, you know, I'm not saying that I'm a little Miss Perfect, because I haven't. I've been, oh yeah, Matt, all the time. I'm not perfect. I don't claim to be. I've been mixed up in problems beforehand. I'm fully open about that.
Not of your own making, though.
Not of my own making, no. But the drama is out of hand. That's true, Yanis. And that's something else I was coming to as well. And you know, you see more and more channels that did used to upload, and because they've seen networking streams, which aren't exactly networking, it's sub for sub, which is against YouTube's TOS. Hey, Jackie. So all people are interested is views, subs, money, getting more people to their channel, not concentrating on what their whole channel is about. Hey, Mags. And it's just money, money, money at the end of the day. Yeah. And seeing who can outdo the next person. And this is not what the paranormal is about. We are a laughing stock within the paranormal community, within the scientific community. A lot of these channels and a lot of the scientific community are aware of a lot of channels. And they make the ones like myself, like Glenn, like Jackie, like Mags, and a few others out there, they make us look a joke and a laughing stock. And I am not prepared to continue with a lot of the things that I've been doing on YouTube anymore. So I know. So what I have decided to do is that I will only be uploading videos onto my channel, and quite sporadically, unless I deem something fit to be put onto my channel. As for my live streams, I will not be streaming on YouTube anymore. I've actually been streaming elsewhere since last month on a live streaming platform called DLive, which will give you my direct link to there. It is a much more relaxed atmosphere. It is one account, one email. There are no brand accounts. It's not only algorithms on this platform, things are checked out by real people. It's a lot more relaxed. Molly will tell you, even Mags will tell you what the platform is like. They are on there themselves, and maybe a couple of others that are watching. So my live streams will be primarily over there, and not just paranormal either. First World is from over there as well. You are able to play music, proper music.
Yeah, that's the thing about YouTube as well. They're coming down so heavy on, you know, if people even make their own music, they're getting struck because somebody's putting in a claim for it. And, you know, if you can be out doing an IRL live stream outside, somebody can drive past in a car with music playing, or you can walk past a cafe with music playing. And on YouTube, you will probably get a strike.
Yeah.
So whereas on DLive, you can openly play any music that you want to, basically. And, you know, it's actually allowed.
It is allowed. And this just gives you a comparison of the difference. Over here on YouTube, I have over 1,600 subscribers on here. Now, at the moment, I have got 18 watching in chat. Over at DLive, I have 250, but I have the same, if not more, watching me over at DLive.
And if the conditions are right, you know, it's possible you can have 5 followers and actually have 300 people watching you.
You can. You have got more chance getting on their homepage. The actual community there, the DLive community themselves, are extremely helpful. Thanks, First World. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And it's just so much more relaxed. The people are more opinionated over there, but the TOS are a little bit more relaxed. Yeah, thanks for that, Mags. When you've reached an affiliate, which is what I am, you can actually host people on your channel. So if somebody else is live streaming, you can actually host their live stream on your channel. You have the chance of posting emotes in the chat, which is like animated GIFs. Unfortunately, you're only limited to about 20, but and it's a lot more. It is a lot more fun. Hey, Zach, I'm good, thank you. How are you? They should, Ryan. They should. The notification system works. So let's put it that way, Matt.
Yeah, again, you know, you put this on schedule, people know it's there, but people don't get the notification. And again, with D Live, you can go live, and then within minutes, you know, you can have 30, 40 people watching you.
Exactly. I did a stream the other night, music, prancing around, looking like a silly what's it. And at one point, I had about 30 people watching. I did a mental health stream for a couple of hours last week over there. I had 50 people watching. Now, those types of numbers, especially sort of the 50 mark, you won't get it on here. Not with the amount of subscribers that I have. I can show every single video that I've made on YouTube. I do have a whole complete copy of my YouTube library. I have no problems about, am I going to get a copyright strike if I'm playing this piece of music or that piece of music? Yeah, you're 100% right there, Mags. The community stick together.
Yeah, can I just reiterate something that you mentioned earlier, Zara?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So earlier on, Zara mentioned that it's one email, one account. So as many of you know, and this is what causes one of the biggest problems on YouTube, trolling. So on D Live, you have your email address, which is linked to your account. So as Zara said, it's one email, one account, not God knows how many other brand accounts, so people can come in and troll you and thumb you down. And that is another good thing about D Live. There is no rating system, as in thumbs up or down.
No rating system.
And these things on YouTube are actually the basis of much of the drama that is created on the platform itself. People using troll accounts. And the thing about D Live is you can have your chat on followers only. So it's only followers that are linked to your channel who follow you, and you can actually check their email out, so you know exactly who these people are that come in. And if anyone was to say anything derogatory or create drama, you know exactly who they are. And from there, because it's not just algorithm based like YouTube, there are what they call guardians and global partners that actually sit watching what is going off on people's channels. And these people, you can take your issues to them and they will deal with it immediately. And those people that come and troll you or cause you problems, they're just instantly gone. They're just kicked off the platform.
Exactly.
And that can be linked, your internet service provider, your ISP. So any more concurrent, because I was reading up about this earlier on. So any other emails that are formed under that ISP will also be banned from D Live. So the trolling is virtually zero compared to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought, you know, I'd add that little bit of information there to what you were saying earlier.
Yeah, thank you. And it's sort of within there as well. You do have the opportunity to work yourself up within D Live. It's like myself, I am what's called an affiliate there. The next stage up from there is a verified partner, and after that is a global partner. No, it's not a guinea pig, Chris, it's a rabbit. And there's other good things that are within D Live. You're actually rewarded for live streaming, believe it or not. You can, from being active in different chats and streaming yourself, You have the opportunity to donate. No, Matt. To donate lemons to a host, to a channel, sorry, or ice creams or diamonds. Obviously, each thing has a different price, which is all fun. And a channel host, has the opportunity to donate lemons, which gets put into a chest. That's true. True, First World. That's true. But you have the opportunity to put an amount of lemons into a chest, and they get distributed between everybody that is in the chat. So it's a way as a channel host of giving back to the people that have actually are in that chat for that in particular stream.
Right. Can I just come to something that First World has just said?
Yeah.
In fact, I'll just mention it and then I'll let you explain it, Zara, because
Okay.
you're an affiliate, you know more than me. I've not actually read up. But, so loading up videos, right? What you first got to understand is, right, so okay, myself and Zara actually made DLive accounts on the 24th of September 2018.
Originally.
Originally, yes, just over a year ago. We at that time was actually branching out and looking at other alt tech platforms, because this is how long we've actually been thinking, you know, of kind of like making our footprints bigger within, you know, social media sites. So we are actually on quite a number of alt tech sites, BitTube being another one. Right. So because a lot of these alt tech sites are very young and they are just starting out, they are adding things as they progress forward. Obviously, the old saying is Rome wasn't built in a day, so they have to begin somewhere. And from what BitTube and DLive have on offer right now, is pretty good, but they're continuing to progress. So BitTube have just recently had a massive funding. I don't know where it's from, but it is actually going to be progressing the site forward, and before too long they will be doing live streaming. That is in the works.
Oh, BitTube, yeah.
BitTube, yeah, right. So as far as DLive, which is, again, I'll hand this over to Zara to explain. They have just created a partnership. So I'll let you explain that from there, Zara, and then you can obviously go on to mention about the uploading videos, which will be possible.
Okay. Right. The latest thing from DLive is that they've just gone into partnership with BitTorrent.
You've just been given
yeah, I know. They are, Anne. So on BitTorrent, they do actually have their own streaming platform as well, but it's either a merger or a takeover. I'm not 100% sure yet. It's some things are still a little bit up in the air. But what eventually, one of the things that they are talking about, I'll see you later, Matt. Take care, hun. Thanks for coming. What they are thinking of doing is offering more opportunity to upload more videos, but on the BitTorrent site with what they do. I think it's BitTorrent. It's Bit something anyway.
Yeah, it's BitTorrent. Yeah.
Yeah. There is an ability to upload videos, but because it's not like YouTube, you have you can pay to upload your videos, obviously because of server space. Now, what DLive actually offer at the moment I think it's either on verified partner or on global partner. You are able to upload videos, but with the recent things that is actually happening with them, the upload is a little bit up in the air at the moment. So,
well, they have until the 15th of March. Is it 15th of
no,
March?
15th of April, everything goes through.
Right. Okay.
Everything should be finalised and stuff. So there's stuff even at the moment in the background. There's stuff going on. What that actually means is that the audience that BitTorrent has, which is approximately, the estimation I think is about 1 million or something, 100,000,
Yeah.
1 million.
No, it's 1 million. Yeah.
It's 1 million new potential new users coming over to DLive. It is an active site. I've been on the homepage nearly every time I've streamed, same as Glenn has. Then a Ninja Jet after that, Chris. So you do have this opportunity of being on that front page, being noticed.
Yeah, it works kind of like the old YouTube.
Back in the old days.
Yeah, what was it called? When some trending, like the trending page.
Yeah.
Right. So on the old YouTube, which is now totally out the window, you had the trending page. So if there was a stream going on or a video being showed that was popular, then it would be put on the trending page for everybody to see. So everybody knew where to be at.
Yeah,
so
and at the top.
Right. Okay. So on DLive, you have what they call the carousel, and the carousel sits at the top of the page and it rotates. So the most popular streams that are being streamed, and it doesn't have to actually need to go on the amount of people watching or how many followers you've got. You can have, again, you can have like 5 followers, 2 people, watching, and you can be on the carousel. So even the smaller creators, the smaller people that stream on there, they can be on the carousel. And then beneath the carousel, you have 2 rows. I don't know how far it goes down, but it's a pretty long way.
It keeps going.
Yeah. So basically everybody that you subscribe to or you follow is to the right of that, and then you've got all the other streams that are active at that moment, so you can just go down there and just choose what you want to watch. And that's where myself, Max, Zara, and a few others that
Hire Chris has an account there. First World has an account there. Glenn and I, because Glenn and I are also, we're not just only in the paranormal community, we are in a much larger community as well, which all different genres, including paranormal. There must have been about 300, 400 of us that actually made an account. Obviously Glenn and I had our accounts already there, but we just reactivated them. But there is a community of us that has not moved over to DLive, but we have opened accounts there and active there. And there's people on there that you never saw streaming over here, but over there, don't worry, Richard, it's fine. They've decided that they're going to stream. Now, this is one of the other things that I did actually want to bring up. And this is the seriousness of how things can actually get on YouTube. Now, some of you is going to know what I'm going to talk about, as you've seen it happening. I think Glenn's already got an inkling what I'm going to mention. Now, in the other community that Glenn and I belong to, and Molly and Chris and Higher Truth and a lot of us, 2 of the beloved streamers that stream over here, for the last 3 months have been harassed, swatted, sent threatening messages. And when I'm on about swatting, I'm not just on about once or twice. I'm on about between 3 or 4, maybe about 3. Well, no, just between these two people, it's been about 30 times. And then plus others within that community as well. So you're probably looking at maybe about a good 35 to 40 in the last 3 months. Swattings have taken place. And that is not including the thousands upon threatening messages being sent, the doxing going on. And it's just, YouTube is not a safe place. When you have people being doxed when they are streaming and having to move away to go and talk to the police in the middle of a stream, mental wellness checks said that they've killed somebody, said that that they're threatening to kill themselves just to get the police out to disrupt their live stream. This is the reality of today's YouTube. I'm not too sure how many of you are actually aware of this type of thing going on YouTube, but it's becoming more and more popular, shall we say, happening. It is disgusting, Anne. It is disgusting. And unfortunately, with 2 of our beloved streamers, it's actually caused permanent PTSD. Now we all know that there's drama that goes on within the paranormal community, not as bad as what two of our friends of what's been happening to them, but you have heard of swatting, doxing, stuff being sent to their home addresses, cruelty, mass thumbs down, which I've also been a victim of a couple of years ago.
Botting.
Botting. This is another reason why I am stepping back from specifically the paranormal YouTube community.
Well, you see, the YouTube itself, you know, they are responsible for all of this that is happening because they sit back and do absolutely nothing about the trolls, the endless streams where people sit arguing back and forth. And just recently, even this week, I've seen people threaten to kill each other, to come to their properties and shoot them. And it doesn't matter who you are, how much of a subscriber base you have, how many times you attempt to get in touch with anybody at YouTube, but they will do absolutely nothing because the entire system is run by an algorithm. There's nobody actually talking to a real person. So the algorithm overrides, and the algorithm obviously cannot, you know, understand fear. It cannot understand, you know, the stress and the worry that people go through, as you know, a real person could if you could actually speak to a real person. And that again is another good thing that is really good about DLive with the Guardians and the people that actually oversee the site, that they very quickly they become aware of any situations and it is just stamped out.
It is.
So if people live stream, you know, it's, you know, detrimental to them to actually, and healthy for them to actually move away from YouTube to some, you know, to an alt tech site where, you know, the problems are adhered to.
Yeah.
Because, you know, nothing will ever change on YouTube, and everybody's been more constricted, you know, with copper. You know, everybody must have noticed since the copper regulations came in that, you know, people's channels are just literally being strangled. You know, that it's like I was explaining in a recent video that I did that I haven't streamed on YouTube since July last year, with a good reason.
Yep.
You know, because I was just completely fed up. You know, with all the constraints, all the problems, the situations that I was having to like deal with behind the scenes from people coming to me and, you know, lending an ear. You know, you just eventually have enough of it. Other people's problems are not my problems. Yeah, I've been sympathetic enough to, you know, actually listen to these people and just say to them, you know, in simple terms, if you don't like what's going off and you still remain in that situation, then you are completely to blame. Just as much as, you know, you are of people attacking you. If you want to sit there attacking them back, you know, and slinging abuse at each other, then that's on you. You know, the only advice I can give you is to just step away. But people just don't want to do that for whatever reason.
No.
Anyway, from July last year, and I only counted back to July in my emails because as many of you have got YouTube accounts, it is connected to your email address. So if you get a subscription, regardless of whether, you know, it's hidden or not, it will come up in your email address. Sorry, in your email. So you are aware of how many people have actually subscribed to your channel. So from July last year, which is what, 8 months ago now, I've actually had on my channel 350 subscribers, but not a single one, not one, has actually gone on to my subscriber count on my channel. And this is happening to many, many other people too. Yeah, you know, I've actually written to a few of these people just to see if they are bots or, you know, whatever, you know, the situation is. And they are real people. So they neither come up in my videos to make comments, and they certainly don't go onto my subscriber account. Now, you know, does that really make a difference? Well, it does when you actually realize that these new people that come to your channels, same as they came to mine, are being shadow banned. So if they subscribe to your channel hoping to see your content, what YouTube are actually doing is shadow banning them. So they never get a notification. So they never know when you go out live. They never know when you put a video up. Yet you all the time are thinking that these people, you know, are going to be coming to like watch the stuff you do on YouTube or the videos that you put out on YouTube. And because YouTube is going the way of TV again, basically, you know, people stopped watching the TVs many, many years ago. Well, the vast majority of people did. And because no one's paying attention to the indoctrination by TV now, they are, you know, they are now on YouTube watching their programs or on YouTube watching other stuff instead of watching the television. So slowly what YouTube have been doing is they've been curbing the platform into, you know, another kind of like television. And that's the way YouTube are going. You know, even pundits that, you know, try to look at the ins and outs of how platforms operate have stated this week that YouTube has 15 months at the most before the whole of YouTube just basically turns into another television set. That's why mainstream media and films and programs are now being put forward above and beyond the creators that actually created YouTube itself. And that's why anyone that's got a voice are being demonetized, deplatformed, and one or the other or all three kicked off YouTube. I mean, you've all heard of those people that have just basically, because they're getting more viewers than what, you know, TV shows are now, because they've become like more popular. For instance, like Alex Jones, he has more people watching him for the news than Fox News does, or the BBC, or CNBC, or CNN. These pundits, you know, are actually getting more people watching them than these multi-billion-pound like corporations. And this is another reason why, you know, they're curbing a lot of what is happening with YouTube. So they're basically just completely strangling like content creators for the sake of forcing you to watch basically the crap that they want you to watch.
Very true. It is.
And again, there's just so many reasons, you know, and that's just YouTube itself, you know, and, you know, don't get me started, you know, on YouTube paranormal, you know, what has become prevalent.
Well, this is what it's Hunt. This is what this stream is supposed to be about. So
yeah,
go for it. Go for it. I'm just no skin off my nose.
Well, it's like my last video. You know, I'm just past caring about YouTube paranormal anymore, because over the last year or so, what I've actually noticed, and I know that other people have noticed it too, what's basically happening is those people that are more intellectual to do with the paranormal, so to speak, that have been investigating for many years, that have, you know, those real channels, the honest channels, they've all disappeared. Where are they? They've all gone. And because of that shift, because of all the good groups that have just basically given up, it's so easy now to see, you know, and I'm not, you know, saying it's everybody. I'm just saying you can now see the shit pile that's left. It's so much more visible.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, but I don't want no part of that.
Nope.
I don't want to be sitting in that environment. You know, once upon a time, you could have decent streams, you could have decent conversations. You know, your opinions wasn't classed as hate speech. You go into people's chats now and question a person, you're either a troll, a hater, or your opinion doesn't matter. You know, whereas like people's ethics gone, where, you know, if somebody was asking something or questioning something, you know, you gave them help in, you know, addressing that situation, whatever they was talking to you about, you know. But, you know, if you question people's narratives now, you're a troll, you're a hater.
You're jealous.
Know, you're jealous.
That's the number one. They've only said that because they're jealous.
Yeah, you know, and people's opinions do matter, because everybody is entitled to their own thoughts and their own opinions of what they believe the paranormal to be. But when opinions are brought forward, they're not discussed anymore. When, you know, and the vast majority of people that are left in the paranormal on YouTube are all coming out with their own rhetoric. They're just making shit up as they go along.
Their own narrative.
Yeah, they're just spewing their own narratives. And if you go against that narrative, you're a hater. If you go against, you know, if you want to voice your opinion, you know, it's now classed as hate speech, because now you're becoming a troll. You know, and you've all seen it all. Somebody questions something and it's like, you've been warned. Shut up one more time and you're gone. It's like, really?
Nobody can talk like adults, and we're all supposed to be adults. And all you see is just like, it's just like a huge infant playground, shall we say.
Yeah. You know, again, it is not everybody, but it is the vast majority.
Yeah.
And I certainly do not want to sit in a toxic environment. You know, there was one time ago, a few years back, I've been everybody's streams, but eventually people show the true colours. And many of you know that, you know, I don't go anywhere on YouTube now. I'm not seeing. I always say to people, if you don't see me in people's, chats, it's either because they're fraudulent in some way. They've either bought subs, or I'm not going in their chat because they fake something, or they speak the wrong narrative, or they, just, it's just not how, I thought the paranormal might end up on YouTube, and it's just certainly gone that way.
Exactly. And I'm in very, very little live streams, and 9 times out of 10, it's not because of that they're doing a spirit box session or the topic of conversation. I just go in there, hey Danny, hey Rachel. It's just purely because to go and say hello to people in the chat. No other reason. No other reason at all. I don't enjoy it. It's just the same thing time and time again that you're hearing from the channels. There's nothing new coming.
Yeah, who's actually presenting evidence?
Huh?
Who's actually presenting evidence? I see 300 people a year. Well, I used to see 300 people a year go to like 30 East Drive, but nobody's producing evidence.
Well, I don't believe it's haunted anyway.
No, I'm just saying, that's just an analogy of, where I'm coming from. It's not just this, people are just basically doing the Zach Bagans thing, the ghost hunters thing, and they're not actually putting out videos where, they've got like collated evidence.
No.
It's more about the AdSense, the views. Look at me, feed my ego, stroke my ego. It's all about me, and it's not actually about, presenting, evidence from, for to prove the afterlife, or, such things. It's like, I've tried to educate people with the spirit box, just falls on deaf ears.
Yeah. Well, or they take stuff that what you've said literally word for word and using it for themselves, and it not giving you any credit where the credit is actually due. This is exactly what I was saying earlier. Everybody is out for their own to see what they can get for their own. The days of working together, what there was of it, is no more.
No, that's completely gone.
Competing, climbing over on top of everybody else, trying to be the top dog, shall we say. Where it's not about the paranormal anymore.
Yeah, it's the drama more than anything, that killed it for me. I hung around for a long time hoping things would change, and it'd become better, and it's just getting worse and worse. You can only roll your eyes and bite your tongue so many times before you just have enough.
Yeah.
And this will be mine and Zara's last words on it. And we don't really care for like YouTube Paranormal anymore. And that is why we've gone elsewhere. And do you know the good thing about it, Zara, is a lot of the people that cause the problems rely on that subscriber base that they've built up on YouTube.
Oh,
and that means more to them than having to start from zero again. Because if they had to start from zero again, there'd be nothing.
Yeah.
Because they know that subscriber base is their payday.
Yep. If I lost 1,500 subscribers overnight, would I worry about it? Hell no. It's not about numbers. It's about evidence. It's about paranormal.
It's about being honest, being truthful, presenting evidence, credibility, people getting along. And there's just, it's just so limited now on YouTube. It's, I have no words anymore. I may as well just say it now, because, I'm not going to be around. I've just had enough. It's not what I signed up for. It's not an environment that I want to be sitting in.
No. You see, you might not watch people, but you're here, even though you've got absolutely no interest in drama. Well, I don't, and I most certainly know that you don't, and I know that a lot of people in the chat don't. We don't. Oh, excuse me. We don't take one blind bit of notice about the drama, but you still get to hear about it. You just cannot go anywhere. It's either drama this, the drama that, this person that, mass thumbs down, and it's kindergarten, really
Yeah,
is.
at least we're in a place now where, you know, what our take on the paranormal is, you know, we're associating with better people. That's the only way I can put it, guys. And I don't mean to offend anybody.
No,
you know, but you know, and you know, and I expected this as well in foresight. Those that cause all the problems, I haven't seen one of them in the chat tonight.
no, not one.
Because they know that they're the guilty parties. And I'll say it, I'll state it.
Of course.
And if the trolls come in, all it does is prove our points.
Exactly. 100%.
But we don't care because we're not here. We're not here anymore.
Yeah. And it's
but this stream had to be said.
It had to be done. And I know that when the sort of give it 24, 48 hours, I'll go and just out of curiosity, just check the analytics. I'll see the thumbs down on there. Do they worry me? I don't even look at it.
Well, it just proves the point, Zara.
I actually very rarely look at my analytics. Very rare. Because I'm not a numbers person. I do what I do. I put out what I put out. If somebody wants to give it a thumbs up, they give it a thumbs up. If somebody wants to give it a thumbs down, well, they give it a thumbs down. Don't bother me.
Well, you had 400 in one day, didn't you?
It was 430 over 30 videos within a space of about an hour and a half.
Somebody wasted a lot of money on thumbs down, and all Zara did is she just killed over laughing at them.
I did go live. Yeah, I know, Danny. It really does stink. It really does stink. And you see some problems, and they've been going on for a few years. You know, could I name names this evening if I really wanted to? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. I see a lot more. I see a lot going on YouTube. I hear a lot going on YouTube. I'm not interested, but I hear about it. But that's not for me to go naming names. I'm not that type of person unless it's absolutely necessary. And even then, I don't really like to. But
Zara, it's easy to work out. They're not in the chat.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, but it could be anybody. Hi, Crystal.
No, there really are some like awesome people out there, you know, and a lot of you in the chat, you know, I do talk to on a personal level, you know, sometimes, you know, and all I'm saying is it's not everybody, but we all know who is responsible. For the sake of pointing fingers and naming names, it's just not worth it. You know, always saying to you is, we've had enough. We've found somewhere else. You know, it's entirely up to anybody who they want to support and watch.
Exactly. I know. Go on. Sorry.
You know, we're not those people that say, well, if you go and watch them, you're not allowed in my stream. You know, it's just become so pathetic. Somebody says something bad about one person and 5 other people sit in a clique, you know, all flapping gums, you know, and now that person's a bad person, yet that person doesn't even know what they've done wrong, yet they're alienated against, you know, by groups. I get sent screenshots all the time.
Yeah, you do.
I know what goes down in little cliques, and they think that they're holding their secrets between themselves. It's appalling. It's appalling. It needs to stop. People need to get back to the paranormal.
It's paranormal. It's not about, oh, you buy this subs, you buy views. And then I know Lisa. Hi, Valerie. But then it gets onto the personal level. What the hell has that got to do with the paranormal? You know, and it's been said many a time. If there's nothing wrong with mentioning about a video somebody's done. If it is, oh yeah, first world, you can buy them all.
You can buy views, you can buy subscribers, but BitChute pulls them out. Not BitChute,
Fiverr, a lot of people go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Social Blade calls them out because you can see where they take them back off them.
Oh yes. Where was I? Oh yeah. You know, it's there's nothing wrong with mentioning about doing a proper criticism on a video or somebody's work, but for God's sake, don't put it personal on how the person looks, what they may have, what they may not have, because that's not paranormal, that's personal. And that's got absolutely nothing to do with somebody's video that they may have put out.
Yeah, nowadays you're judged on, you know, if your teeth are straight, you know, or, you know, what type of like clothes you wear. You know, that's how people are judged in the paranormal nowadays. They're not judged on the content that they put out there or the evidence.
Exactly. I'm surprised nobody's turned around and said to me, oh, you're bipolar. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I'm terribly sorry. You're too crazy to work in the paranormal. No, you're mental. You need to go to a hospital. You need to admit you're crazy.
I think there's more people in the paranormal with mental illnesses that are actually more sane than those that haven't got mental illnesses, if I'm being honest.
Heck yeah. Totally agree on that one. You know. But it's true. Oh, yeah, but you know, you see it, the paranormal and mental health, and you hear, oh, should people in the paranormal that have got mental health problems, should they be doing the paranormal? And you know, you hear all of this, and it's like, oh, for God's sake, please, you know. Yes, the mental health argument, Rachel, you know, we've all been down that route. You know, I'm not going to say we're as normal as the next person, because we're not, but my God, we're a lot more normal than a lot of normal people.
Yeah, that's the truth.
So you know, it's exactly all around what is normal. Though I don't think there is a normality nowadays, anyway. But as you can from hearing us with what we're saying, is it like a rant at the same time? I suppose it could be. But this is you know, some of the stuff that has been on our hearts, on our minds for at least a year, at least. That's why sort of a lot of last year I didn't do as much as what I did in 2018, because I noticed very, very quickly, if that's true, you know, if you want to help people, put research out there. But if you do spirit box sessions, putting them out there that would be accepted by a scientific community. People don't want this stuff nowadays. They really don't want it. It's very, you know, it's only a small handful of people from the whole of the paranormal community. Now, I'm not just on about channels, I'm on about people that only watch. Only a small handful are actually interested in that research. Everybody else, it's all about the Ghost Adventures style filming, the most haunted style hauntings, clickbait titles, lives. Oh, demon, run it quick, let's run through the woods. Oh, poltergeist. And you look at these videos or you look at these lives and you just all you can do is just shake your head. It's like, well, where's this actual evidence of this happening? There is.
And these people class themselves as credible.
It's all fake.
They class themselves as real, and they tell their subscribers that they're real. No. It's like the hypocrisy is just unreal.
You know,
hypocrisy it's just so unreal. It beggars belief.
Now, this is what I did. Not on here. The video is on here because I uploaded it. Oh, no, it's not actually on here. I did a stream over at D Live. Was it last week? Week before?
Week before.
And I went for a little walk just on my local woods, just along the road.
Oh, no, sorry. That was last week, Zara.
Was that last week?
Yeah.
And I took my camera out. I couldn't find my torch. And the sun was setting, and I was in a little area where my mum's dog, God bless him, used to stop and act a bit weird. Now, bearing in mind, it was twilight, maybe a little bit darker, and I decided, spontaneous, spare of the moment, no EVP recorder, to do an EVP session to see if anything got picked up on the camera. Spontaneity, you know, real EVP session. Okay, I didn't have the recorder, but you know, that's real. Not like, oh, I could have made up this story that, you know, the ruined building in the woods used to belong to a witch, and there used to be black magic that was done. There is a woods about 20 minutes down the road that's been known for witchcraft, but you know, I could have invented this elaborate story. Nobody would have known whether that was real or not. I could have made some complete fantasy up. And I'll bet you anything, there would have been a lot of you that would have called bull on that. But there would have been a lot of people that would have bet up every single word.
I was more concerned, Zara, about the wild boars and the bears and poltergeists and demons.
You know, and that is the reality. That is the reality. It's the sensationalizing stuff. There's no, they have to do that because paranormal investigation.
It's very mundane. It's very mundane.
It's boring. It's mundane. So it's like go into a room. Right, we're doing a 5-10 minute spirit box session. We go into another room. We're doing an EVP session. Okay, I know this is done a few times over the course of like 12 hours, because that's normally the amount of time that is allotted in these places. They'll sleep a lot of the night. And then they'll call that they call that a paranormal investigation. Okay. I've done more of the Okay, Paula, take care, hon. Love you loads. Much love.
Bye, Paula.
I've been up to the clinic up the road, one area, about 3-4 times by me. And I've had relevant information every single time I've been up there to that area. Do I call that a paranormal investigation? No. Somebody else might do. I don't. I just went up there to have a bit of a walk around, do an EVP session, do a box session. my Alistair Crowley video with Crimson Grave, who is now renamed. When we did that little daytime thing, was that a paranormal investigation? No, not really. But I would say it was more of a paranormal investigation than what I see on YouTube.
Yeah, and the video is still up for people to watch. And it was a fantastic day out of you and Dave.
Yeah. You know, am I saying that I'm better than anybody else saying that? Heck no. Heck no. Definitely not. Definitely know what's real and what's not. I don't feel the need to clickbait. I don't feel the need to iSpring. I don't feel the need to make this whole elaborate story around a box session that I do. What you see is what you get with my stuff. Same as the lives. What you see, what you get. If it doesn't work, we do something else. If that doesn't work, we try something else. If that doesn't work, oh well, we'll have a chat instead. That is the reality of the paranormal. None of this running around the woods and bones in the wall and police being called out and stuff being called out fake and sensationalizing in newspapers. This is not the paranormal. And it's this type of stuff that makes us that are actually serious with our research look like complete and utter idiots, because unfortunately we are classed within this circle of fakers and sensationalism and clickbait and buying subs and views. How can this small percentage here get taken seriously when you've got this whole bunch of bananas here? But it's the easiest way I can say it.
I'm allergic to bananas.
You know,
I know that sounds ironic and corny, but I'm actually allergic to bananas.
I know you are, hon.
Maybe that's why I'm walking away.
You know, could I get backlash from this stream? Yeah, it's a possibility. Could I lose subscribers from this stream? Yeah, it's a possibility. Do I actually care? No.
No, because you're just being honest. You're just telling it how it is. And if people can't face reality and the truth, then I'm sorry, but that's on them.
Exactly.
That shows you exactly what sort of people that, you know, we're associating with and we're surrounding ourselves by.
Exactly. I've always said since day one with my motto that I actually just started on my private channel on one of my walks: stay truthful and stay honest. And then when you add claims to the mix, credibility is everything. That says it all. If you haven't got those things, well, then you're a joke.
If you're trying to present the paranormal as they do as real.
Exactly. You know, I'm sorry. This is just my own personal opinion, and I'm very sorry if I
Look, you can't argue against the truth.
Yeah.
It's impossible to argue when you've got truth on your side.
Yeah.
You know, somebody point out anything we've said that is wrong. Anybody, please.
Yeah. You know, it's like you get, I'm not going to mention names. We love you too, Spring, but Glenn knows who I'm talking about. Han, you coughing.
Yeah, sorry, I was just letting Alfie out.
Oh, you're letting Alfie out. Oh, it's a train. Mags knows what I'm going to mention here. It's like one channel, I'm not going to mention names. They actually, and because they do not believe in the spirit box, but as with a lot of tools within the paranormal, they went into another person's channel and turned around and said to them, "You're delusional for using the spirit box." Now this is supposed to be quite a reputable channel. And everything that has been mentioned lately about the controversy with regards to the spirit box, I can probably debunk in maybe about 5 of my spirit box sessions.
Look, at the end of the day, we don't know what these voices are.
No, we don't.
People pick up a spirit box and automatically think that they're talking to spirits when, you know, the proof, first off, is proving that these voices are intelligent and answers back. That, with everybody else's sessions that I've put up on my channel, is what I have tried to like put forward as evidence. I'm not saying it's real, I'm not saying it's true, you know, but I am putting out all the things, you know, that can enhance what others do with the spirit box, you know, to follow a set of like guidelines. You know, am I saying that these voices are demons or, you know, spirits or aliens? You know, they could be anything at all. We don't know. But the emphasis is that they are intelligent. And the evidence that I presented on my own channel has put that forward as evidence, not as truth, but as evidence to suggest that these voices are intelligent.
Yeah.
But what they are is anybody's guess.
Yeah. You know,
Yeah, I'll do, you know, before I do a live with a spirit box session, I will ask these voices, you know, what do they want to be known as? Spirits, demons, whatever. And I'll take the emphasis from that on how many replies I get saying angels, spirits, demons. And if they want to be spoken to as one thing, then I'll address the spirit box. That's why sometimes you'll even say, spirits, are you with us this evening? Or I will say, if I don't get no replies, I'll say the voices on the spirit box. I won't categorically state as fact what these voices come from, because nobody knows. Nobody even knows if spirits truly exist. Never been proven, ever, and probably never will be.
But can I say, there's so many, Yanis. What works for one may not work for another, but I'll run over them in a minute. Can I categorically say that what I believe that I have caught on my sessions is direct responses and direct communication? Do you want to put yourself on mute for a minute, hon? If what I've caught has been some type of direct communication, yes. Can it be debunked? I would like to see somebody try. I'm in a non-English speaking country. Yes, we get English music, English speaking music over here. But when you've had direct replies with not so easy to say English words, and having those replies also confirmed per EVP as well, is great in my eyes. But I've even had the confirmation in Turkey, even last year, in a country that the percentage of English on the radio, you're probably talking about, that's funny, Ivan. You know, you'd probably talk 0.01% of their radio is in English, and you're having.
It's a pity. It's a pity you can't present that clear.
Oh, I can. Let's
go.
Right,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have to close a few things down though, like you did the last time.
No, it's easy enough. It's easy enough to run it.
Okay.
You can. I received direct replies in English in Turkey, on an ancient site. What I'll do, I'll just a minute.
Yeah, Zara, for some reason, Zara, your audio's cracking.
It's because Cheeky's digging beside me.
Oh, okay.
That's why. cheeky bugger. Right, hang on a minute. Let me pause this. Well, I'm going to share. Some of you have seen this, some of you haven't seen this. And I'll play it about 3 times. Now, this was in Turkey last year. It's only a 12-second clip from a very, very, very short session. Chris, you've seen this one. And this is it in Turkey. I'm my 587 with me, so Turkish radio coming through. And I get this English reply. Now, some of you will know this reply because it's quite a standard reply that I ask for. So I'm just going to play it a couple of times and you'll be able to hear it for yourself.
Hello. If you're here, can you go? Love you. Hello. If you're here, can you go? Love you.
Once more.
Hello. If you're here, can you go? Love you.
Now, without...
See, the emphasis isn't just on that one reply there, Zara. 95% of the time, you can ask that same question regardless of where you are, and you will get that reply.
Yeah. So
which many people have actually heard.
Yeah. I have asked that question on practically every single live stream, every single video. And it doesn't matter whether I've been here in Germany, back home in England, or if I've been in Turkey. Those types of replies I get not consistently, but I would probably say about a good 98% of the time. Now, this is a type of consistency that the scientific community, especially where they're looking more now at ITC, it's that type of evidence that is going to be credible. Not,
well, it's repeatable, observable evidence.
It is.
And it's consistent.
Go on.
I'm saying it's repeatable, observable evidence, and it's consistent. You know, yeah. But it's not just that reply. You know, it's the other intricate replies. You know, the good practitioners with the spirit box get.
Yeah, it is. Now, you know, the majority of people know Glenn mentored me when it came to the spirit box. Now, I've done my very best to give what I've been learning from Glenn, paying it forward on a lot of the research tool videos that I've been putting out, because I want those that are coming into the paranormal to have these resources at their hands so they can produce the best possible evidence that they can. But lately, it's people aren't interested in how things work properly, how to get the best results, the line of convergence, the cycle. They're not interested in these things. They just want the I know I've mentioned it a few times. This is just one that just comes off my head because I hear it quite often. running around in a wood shouting demon and saying that you're on the spirit box, it's a demon that you're talking to. Sorry. A 12-second clip like that is more credible evidence to me than somebody running around a wood shouting demon, demon, and they're talking to the devil on a spirit box. And this is another reason why I am taking a step back, me personally. I do not want my evidence being mixed with stuff like that. I would prefer to do my live spirit box sessions on D Live, where it's taken a lot more serious. We can still create a good, positive atmosphere, which is a good energy, which can actually be used if energy is actually used. Not like just before you go live on YouTube every single time. Believe it or not, guys, I might actually look really nice and relaxed, but I'm not. I'm actually on edge. And almost every single time I live stream on YouTube, I am on edge. It's very rare I actually feel very relaxed on YouTube when I'm streaming. But over at D Live is a completely different story altogether. I'm a lot more relaxed. You can see a lot more of what my personality is really like. And a little bit more of the quirkiness that I have, because I can be more of myself, not this type person that not always has to be on edge, but a good majority of the time has to be on edge because of the amount of rubbish that goes on YouTube. And I'm not prepared to do that to myself anymore. Even if it meant closing down my YouTube tomorrow, uploading to BitChute primarily, and then just doing my lives on D Live, I would do that. You know, YouTube isn't the be all and end all for me. I can go onto any platform and put my videos up. I can go on to any live streaming platform that there is and do what I do live streaming, like what I did here. I'm not constricted to just one platform.
That's because you, how can I put it? You'll come to me, carry on. I was just going to say that some people can't walk away because they think that subscriber number is all there is to them.
Exactly.
Again, I did mention it before. To a lot of them, it's that connection. For the donations for, especially when people are doing drama streams. It's that money in the bank, so to speak.
Yeah.
And people that feed into that when drama is occurring should actually take a big look at themselves and ask why they're actually donating to drama.
Yeah. It's been mentioned before, but it's nothing for me to mention about e-begging. It happens. Do I agree with it? No. But that's all I'm going to say on it. What any single one person wants to do on their own YouTube channel is obviously that is down to them. But when you're doing something like grow streams, sub for sub, even though they say it's not sub for sub, for God's sake, it's sub for bloody sub. It's against YouTube's TOS. They're more interested in, oh yeah, if I'm going to do a networking or a grow stream on X date, if each of you can bring like 5 people with you, isn't that the old style of pyramid selling? Same thing.
Yeah,
Network.
the people that are watching are the ones donating. They're the ones getting poorer, and these people that run these streams are the ones that are gaining the masses of subscribers, and of course the money.
Of course.
And it's wrong in the paranormal. It is wrong. You know, if you want to do that crap elsewhere, fine. But you know, the paranormal is not about that.
No. Paranormal is about evidence. Evidence. You know, if you want to do the ghost adventure style or the most haunted style investigating, tap in Yanis, just tap in this. Oh, there you go. You know, at least mention it at the beginning of your video, or make it, you know, so people don't take every single word that you say as gospel, even though your channel it says for entertainment. Hey Jojo, you know, just put at the beginning of your videos, this video is for entertainment purposes only.
At least then the people watching know they can take it with a pinch of salt. But
Exactly.
if they call themselves entertainment and putting it out as facts and truth, then that is totally wrong, because again, they are feeding people the false narrative.
Yes.
They are feeding people misconceptions, and that is wrong. And again, this is what causes a lot of problems in the paranormal. Oh, well, they've got, you know, so many thousand subscribers. You've only got a few. They know what they're talking about. You don't.
Yeah, exactly.
The old paranormal across the board is just at an all-time low.
Yep. So I was just typing, sorry, back to Yanis. Yeah, there's too many people giving out a false narrative and their own stories. And that's not paranormal. That's somebody with an alternative agenda. And that's what it is, an agenda. I know I'm not going to mention any names. When they first started, you know I'm going to talk about now. They used to have 2 channels. And on their other channel, in their very first video that they did in there, they said they're only on, the only reason that they are on YouTube is because they can't be bothered to get a job. And this is quite a popular channel, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, I've got that clip.
Yeah.
I've also got the clip.
They don't. A lot of people actually remember that video, but there is a lot of people that actually remember that video.
Yeah, it's just little paranormals are across the board, you know. You know,
Yeah.
we've spoken about it, in private for a long time, you know, and we've had to basically distance ourselves from a lot of people, a lot of groups, you know, because, you know, we just basically want to move.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I just answer a comment quickly, or do you want to finish what you want to say quick?
No, go on, you're all right, hon. Ladies first.
All right, thank you. Rose, yeah, I get what you're saying, and you get called that as well. But unfortunately, hun, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I don't mean it in a horrible way at all. You get yourself tied up in it as well. Instead of just completely ignoring it and not mentioning about it, you mention about it. So then that creates a problem. So if you're not talking, if you don't talk about it, you don't mention it or anything, and just concentrate on what you're doing, you know, that, and just ignore what negative people turn around and say. Just concentrate on, you know, what anybody else wants to say. Let them turn around and say it. You just concentrate on doing what you've got to do. Sorry, hun. I just had to mention that.
No, sometimes even like with friends, Zara, there comes a time when you have to be brutally honest. Because if you're not, you're just lying to yourself.
True. That's true. We're none of us know everything. There are no experts. But can I say that you have professionals within the field? Yes. There are no experts, but there are professionals.
Yeah, there certainly are in the paranormal some very intelligent people, but they're very few and far between. Again, it's about putting things in the correct narrative when you're talking about things, when you're expressing things, when you're showing things.
Yeah.
It's okay. The analogy is that a K2 meter goes off, the lights start flashing. Someone that's had like 20 years experience investigating will turn around and say, oh, look, it's spirits. They're making the K2 meter flash. I'm like, really? It's like, how on earth did you come to that conclusion? That, that spirits did that? Where is the evidence? Where is the proof? Because somebody says something
doesn't mean it's true.
Doesn't mean it's true. So they're feeding out the false narrative to the people that watch them.
And a lot of people are too busy just listening to one person, taking everything that one person says as gospel without doing their own research.
If the lights go off on a K2 meter, you just look at it and think, well, okay, I did ask that question and the lights did flash. That's unusual. Will it happen again? Can I get it to repeat itself? If it repeats itself, again, it's put towards collated evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Just that one instance of, lights going off on a K2 meter. Just recently I had a conversation where someone was asked, what sort of equipment do you use in the paranormal? And this person turned around and says, well, we don't use K2 meters. And then in the next instant, they said, well, what do you do then when you go to an investigation? And this person turned around and says, well, we get a K2 meter and we take base readings. It's like they lie to themselves. They say one thing and then say another thing. People have asked me, like, Glenn, do you use a K2 meter? No, I'll use a tri-field meter. It's more accurate. You can set the parameters on it. So you can, ride above things such as like mobile phones, cameras. So the needle won't move unless it goes over a certain threshold. Will I use it for yes, no questions when I'm talking to spirits? No. But I will take base readings to see where the eye EMF is. So if something strange was to occur in that area, you can put it down to the eye EMF. It doesn't automatically mean that it's a spirit.
Do you want to say goodbye to Ewan?
Okay, Ewan, you take good care of yourself, pal. We'll catch up soon. It's about putting out the right narrative, which, many people fail to do.
Yeah. Do you want to gab for about 5-10 minutes, hon? I need to get myself a drink.
I don't know what to talk about.
We'll just carry on what you were talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you in a minute.
Okay. Yeah, so, basically, guys, it's entirely up to anybody, really, what they want to do, as with regards to being in the paranormal. We're not here to guide anybody, to tell people who, or what to watch. That is not for us. We've never been those people, but we are laterally thinking people that, do take on board people's opinions. And if we think that a person's got the wrong opinion about something in the paranormal, we're not going to pull them up and say, oh, you're wrong, we're right, because we said so. You know, what we're going to do is listen to that person and understand first why that person has come to the conclusions they have done, and then go on to explain variants of a certain thing that they may be doing might be occurring. You know, again, very few people are listened to. And for myself and Zara, more people listen to those that put out the wrong narratives, those that, you know, dress up the paranormal to suit themselves, and again, come out with the wrong narratives, the wrong information, the misconceptions, you know. And if people, you know, if people did their own research and they found out, you know, the truth of what, you know, a K2 meter is about, you know, and or the SLS camera. I mean, you know, Zara's got all those videos on her channel that literally explain everything to do with like things in the paranormal across the board. You know, it's not there to say to somebody that Zara's put that video out and you must like abide by everything she says in it. No, it's information, and it's an unbiased piece of information, whether it be about a piece of equipment or whether it's about a type of haunting, whether it's about EMFs or EVPs. You know, it's all subjective and open to interpretation, because at the end of the day, what we're truly searching for, which is proof of the afterlife, it's all conducive to that. So you have to all work it out for yourselves and do your own research. And once you've done your research and everybody understands what an EMF meter is about, when they're reading from the same page, then the paranormal becomes very easy to understand. But when there's so many wrong narratives out there and so much misinformation, it causes conflict because people can't agree. Yet the thing that they've not done, which they should have done in the first place, is to do the research. Yeah, it can do that, Joanne. It certainly can. Is Jackie going? Okay, Jackie, sweetheart, you take care, hon, and we'll catch up with you on D-Live at some point. You look after yourself, hon. Hello there. Hello there, Scarling Ray. How are you, Rachel? Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, of course, Rich. You know, I think I did mention that recently in a comment that I made on my last video, where, you know, we all come from different backgrounds. You know, we all come from different generations. You know, it's difficult, you know, to, you know, for everybody to read off the same page. But again, Rich, if people do the research, then they're all on the same understanding of what the SLS camera is about. You know, what, you know, how electromagnetic fields can affect us, you know, on an investigation, you know, or, you know, for, I'll mention this, right? Do you know, like 15 years I've been in the paranormal on YouTube, yeah? 15 years. That's like with my old channel and with NMPI. Me and Zara sat down and did a video about the compass, an old school tool for detecting electromagnetic fields, because, you know, that's what a compass is. You know, the North Pole gives off electromagnetic waves. The needle of the compass points north. That's putting it in its simplest terms. So it's an EMF detector. Now, nobody in the paranormal had ever mentioned a compass in all the time, you know, that I'd been in the paranormal. And then Zara puts a video out, and everybody in the mother afterwards was now getting a compass. You know, so it just shows the lack of research that people do. You know, a compass will give off, you know, it would just reduce the amount of mass readings, you know, that say like a K2 meter or any EMF meter for that matter. You know, the false positives are much less reduced with a compass. And out of all the investigations that I've ever done, you know, the compass has probably only spun a couple of times in all the years that I've used a compass on investigations. So, you know, that tells you something. You know, you can take a K2 meter to any investigation and it'll just be, you know, bleeping and, you know, lights will be flickering all night long. You know, and people think that they're surrounded by spirits. It's just those misconceptions that are just so wrong in the field. You know, and people that have proclaimed to have been investigating for, you know, 10, 20 years will spew that rhetoric to the people that, you know, that follow them. And it's just a false representation. You know, you know, EMF meters weren't invented to detect spirits, ghosts. They was invented to detect electromagnetic fields that resonate off of wiring behind a wall, or take a reading, you know, from, you know, how high the EMF is in a room, you know, such as a TV set or whatever. You know, because somebody put a sticker on it and said, oh, now it's a ghost detector, you know, people automatically think that that's what it's for. Misconceptions like that, where, again, if people read off the same page, they would literally all know, you know, that an EMF meter isn't really a valid tool for the paranormal. It's only valid as far as taking base readings to find out where those high EMF signals are coming from. You know, and it's that and 1,000 other misconceptions is why we just can't hack it anymore, because it seems like all the, you know, intelligent people have just absconded and, you know, they've just run away. You know, they can't hack it themselves. And, you know, we've just found that being over on D-Live, we're talking to a much more intelligent, you know, audience, which suits me and Zara, because we've got a better understanding with them. We can't seem to, for the want of trying, we just can't seem to educate anybody in the paranormal now, because they just want to follow the drama.
They think paranormal is Ghost Adventures Almost Haunted.
Yeah, you know, I'm really sorry if like people feel offended about what I'm saying, but you know, it's coming from the heart. You know, I'm speaking the truth.
And you got to think, Glenn has been in the field practically 40 years. That
all
is
my life, virtually all my life.
Before a lot of people were even born, and they're calling themselves, well, all practically, without saying the actual word, but calling themselves experts.
Do you know, I'm not going to mention any names, right? But somebody just recently pointed me to some guy that, and I actually think you actually know him, Zara, from the past. I can't remember him from that far back when his name was mentioned. But apparently he's a very disliked person, apparently. But I've actually listened to this guy, and I'm telling you now, right, Zara, he's got more sense about what he speaks about than virtually, you know, most people I know. You know, I would have him in my team in a heartbeat, because it's all about debunking with him. You know, he's got his head screwed on right, even though a lot of people have actually told me that his head's not screwed on right. You know, but I'm not going to mention any names.
Well, it's you know, you going back to the compass thing, and then everybody jumping on it more or less, and repeating it, and some people word for word and still getting it wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what some people might not actually realize, it's even gone. We've even caught Huff doing it a couple of times. say practically
Yeah, we have as well.
what Glenn has actually said. I think it was part of your research in the spirit box or something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, he virtually repeated an entire paragraph, virtually word for word, but only missed out one word because he knows that somebody else uses it as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So it's not just, you know, people that even I'm still subscribed to. But it's actually further afield. I've gone into somebody that I didn't even know. I'm just listening to a video or a live stream. I can't remember. And all I'm hearing is from the way that they're talking is Glenn's videos. And this is somebody I don't even know. And practically not word for word, but it's not that far off it. And you go back further on people's videos and you don't hear this way of talking until like the researching in the spirit box came out. Some of the research tool videos that I've put on my channel is some channels never spoke about these things beforehand. Soon as we brought something out, boom, people start talking about it, which is fine because the more a subject is spoken about, it is good. But at least give the credit where credit is due, where that information originally comes from.
Yeah, people don't want to do that, though, Zara. They want to take everybody's, research and just, spew it out for themselves. But yeah, Mag, you're 100% correct there. There is a correlation between the cycle on the spirit box and solar flares, sun activity. That is, I've done the research on it, 9 months of research.
Yeah, you did.
When the Aurora Borealis peak with the sunspot, with sunspot activity that creates solar flares, those prominences that leave the sun that cause electromagnetic fields as they pass over the Earth's electromagnetic field that surrounds the Earth, those, I hate saying that as well because I'm a flat earther. I've just lost all credibility now.
Yeah. Well, you can quite easily get that back in 2 seconds flat, hun. You got a PhD in astrophysics, so come on.
I have, yes. and a bachelor's in radio telecommunication.
Exactly.
But that's by the by. But yeah, there is definitely a correlation between the cycle and how long it runs with solar activity. And it was up until, I think it was Max that asked me last week, when the cycle was high, has there been any like solar flares? Well, there was a massive one. There was a massive ejection last week, and it was messing like the internet up and radio telecommunications around the world.
How often was my internet dropping out? At least once a day.
Yeah. And the interaction, was just incredible, and the the solar flare caused like a massive problem with like electronics. Yeah, it just so happens that when Max mentioned that, I'd already clocked it because I go to NOAA to see when the cycle is going to be high, so when you're going to get like a good spirit box session, and it does all help. But people out there, they don't do their research enough to know that these things matter. Same as the line of convergence, having the radio at its best receptive point to gain as much radio as the radio can possibly pick up, which helps whatever these voices are to manipulate the audio fragments. It's again, I'm sitting in circles where I've personally myself, there's nobody I can talk to because they just either don't understand it, don't want to understand it, or they're just doing it for the dollar.
Yep, that's true. I need to answer Yanis's question. Right, Yanis, I'm always going to turn around and say the best box that you can get is the 587 Mark 1. which is this one. I just so happen to have it by the side.
That is a personal preference. So other people will,
Personal
again,
preference.
you know, I've always said that spirit boxes are like the wands in Harry Potter. You know, it's almost as though the wand will choose the, you know, the magician sort of thing, whereas, you know, the spirit box will always choose its owner. You know, I've got numerous spirit boxes. Some of them just won't work for me, whereas others will.
Yeah, that's true. But if you want something that you know, you want a Radio Shack, but you want something that sounds a lot like the 587, the Mark 1, because there's a couple of different ones, but the Mark 1 is the holy grail of them all. But if you want one that is, I would say, pretty reasonable, and it's a Radio Shack, and you get almost as good as communication, is sometimes, if not a little bit better, is this one, which is the 125. You have to excuse the light because I've got my ring light on, which is this one. If you want something even cheaper, but you would have to use an external radio, Glenn doesn't like it, but I love it, is the blue armband Memorex radio. Me personally, I have great results with it. But then you've also got the S box, which is like the days of the PSB7. I never recommend a PSB7. But the S box, it's you know, it's a purposely built box for the most part. And from what I've heard, I've not tested mine out because mine's still in England at the moment.
Sorry. Yeah, by the way, guys, these are just personal preferences. You know, there are some really good radios out there. You know, Philips.
Yeah.
Very good spirit box.
The Roberts is a good little box.
Yeah, the Roberts are fantastic spirit boxes.
Yeah, there are so many, Yanis, but a lot of it depends on what your budget is.
And what suits you. You know, you can go through 2, 3 or 4 spirit boxes before you'll get, you know, the one that suits you better, that your ears are attuned to, that you can read better, you can hear better from.
Yeah, Timex. Well, First World, yeah, if you want to go for EVPs, yeah, you can use an old style tape recorder. But if
I prefer like reel to reel, like the old magnetic tape.
Reel to reel.
I've always got my best EVPs off, you know, not from digital recorders, but from, you know, the old style tape recorders.
Yeah. But what specifically we're on about at the moment, First World, it is actually the box. So, but the easiest way, it's like Glenn's turned around and said to me, now I don't like the PSB7 because it gives me a headache, and I don't like that constant pop, 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 pop noise on it. But that's just my own personal preference. There's actually been a radio that I've passed on, which has been passed on again since, because I couldn't get to grips with it. It's a nice little radio, the cost that I had. There's another one of my boxes here. I've used it once or twice, but I don't get the feeling for it. Which is a little Sony armband. But every radio has its own special traits, has its own personality, if you want to put it that way. And it's just look around, look at the different boxes people are using, and see what type of box that you're drawn to the most, Yanis. So, and seeing which box that you can sort of pick up the things that are being said on them. Listening is is the main thing when it comes to using the spirit box, is having a good ear. Some people can hear better with certain boxes than what they do with others. So listen to different boxes, and see which one for you, when you're listening to it on a video, you feel more comfortable with. It's not to say that it's going to be exactly the same when you get a box, because it isn't. It wasn't for me anyway. It's completely different.
Hi, Charlie.
An affordable one you can get for about $50-$60 upwards. Affordable. First world. Hey, Charlie. So, but again, it's like sometimes you can be really lucky and get a 587 Mark 1 very cheap and not hacked, so you would have to hack it yourself. And sometimes there was one the other year that went for £500. Whereas these, it's like Cynthia sells them. Cynthia sells them for about $120 or $75 or thereabouts. And these are hacked. I don't personally use apps anymore, First World, because where I actually prefer the real thing. I'm not going to say that means that they don't work. I've had some results using apps, but it's just my personal preference. So with stuff like getting stuff like this, it just really goes on what you feel comfortable with. What to you sounds like something that you would be able to use, that you can maybe build up a connection with. All my boxes, apart from one, I have a connection with. It's one of my boxes. I haven't got it here. It's in the case at the moment. Somebody from the community that we lost last year, he actually gave me a spirit box. I call it it's my naughty box, because it likes to be naughty and saying rude words on it. But it means that much more to me is since that person passed over. So it's not, I don't call it the actual radio that it is. To me, it's Larry's box, and it'll always be Larry's box. Welcome back, Mags.
That's a Sanjian.
That's a Sanjian.
Very good spirit box.
And all my boxes are special. You know, a very dear friend gave me my 587. Glenn's given me a couple of boxes. But my Larry's box is extra special because purely because he's not around anymore. But I love all my boxes. But that one, just that little bit extra means a little bit more because of where it came from.
Yeah, Rich, I explain all that in my research in the spirit box video number 2.
Yeah. I don't all the time. Sometimes. Mag's Paranormal People, she's known for getting lots of swearing. Same with Order of Magnitude, he gets swearing on his. I
personally think that spirit boxes reflect a person's personality.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, Mags gets sheer filth from her spirit box.
Yeah, but no, Mags has got a potty mouth though.
You have to like write another dictionary for Mags.
But Mags will freely admit it. The Irish family. What's my excuse then, Mags? I've got an Irish family. But yeah, a lot of it's just personal preference. So when it comes down to a box, not only price, but where where you feel that connection to, where you feel that pull to. There's some boxes you might look at and think, nah. And then you might look at another couple and you mean, it's a good box, produces good stuff, not really my cup of tea. You might see another 2 or 3 different boxes. And yes, you have, Mags. Actually, I'll agree with that. You have been. But then you might see one box and you think that's the one that I want. So it's all personal preference, all personal preference. But you don't need to out thousands of dollars, pounds, euros on equipment for a base kit. You're probably looking at a couple of hundred if you want to get a box.
Well, that topic shifted over.
Pardon?
So the main topic shifted over.
Yeah, it did. But see, this is well, just to go back to the main topic, this is the type of stuff that Glenn and I love to talk about. Because what I've learned from Glenn, I love passing on that and passing on my experiences, my own personal opinion on what I've learned myself. But lots of people just aren't interested in it anymore. It's almost like fighting a losing battle. Should we turn our hands to doing like the famous people spirit box sessions and running in the woods going, demon? Or I found a bone in the wall, or oh yeah, I've been to this place and title the video poltergeist, or whatever, the most haunted place here, the most haunted place there. I could quite easily switch and go down that route, but then I wouldn't be doing myself any favors doing that. I wouldn't be staying true to who I am as a person.
No, you've got to keep it as real as you can.
Exactly.
If you're trying to fool yourself, you just fooling others.
Yeah. True, Mags. True, Mags. But everything that we're talking about, it's just how we personally feel with everything that's going on YouTube paranormal primarily. I've had enough of it. So I would prefer to be on another platform where I can do what I enjoy doing, playing proper music, making a little bit of an idiot out of myself, which doesn't bother me at all, because it just shows I'm enjoying myself. Spending time with people that want to spend time with me, whether it be listening to music, doing a spirit box, doing a few card readings, whatever it may be, talking rubbish, but that just want to have a nice, relaxed environment where they don't have to worry about what they're talking about or having to be on edge when they go live. Whereas I'm sort of sitting up quite rigid, whereas over at D Live, I'm just more sort of, you're relaxed, sitting in a chair. The way when somebody live streams is supposed to be a relaxed, comfortable atmosphere, not on edge.
Yeah, it's a completely different environment.
Yeah. Exactly, Rich. Exactly, Rich. You're dead right. My truth may not necessarily be your truth, and it may not necessarily be someone else's. But with a lot of people, they are adult enough to discuss these things like adults. And if a disagreement arises, you agree to disagree. And then you both move on together. You discuss, and maybe through an adult discussion, there can be some middle ground found between two different opinions. Or possibly, you know, one person could actually end up changing their opinion on something else and agree with the other person. This is what adults do. Not having a disagreement. Oh, you're bullying me. You're jealous. You're this. You're that. It's like, come off it. It's 2020. We're all adults. Isn't it about time you start acting like adults instead of like people are in a kindergarten? I'm sorry, you know, if that sounds quite blunt, it is blunt. I'm being very blunt. I've seen a lot. I've been involved in a little bit, so I've seen it from both ends. I'm Switzerland. I don't get involved in stuff anymore. But I most certainly see a lot, and I hear a lot. I don't watch a lot. But for me, the way things have gone 2020 for live streaming on YouTube is over. Will I be putting more videos up on YouTube? I don't know. I may just show them on a live stream on DLive. I may just upload them directly to BitChute and not on YouTube at all.
We're going to be having a major video come out this year. It's going to be a DLive exclusive.
And that is going to be a DLive exclusive, yeah.
But, you know, that's actually going to be aimed at the Santos Society in Germany. They're going to have the links for that one, and you know they're a sincere group that are into the afterlife to present you know the evidence from the spirit box to them.
It's the best. It's the best thing. First world. It's the best thing. You know, out of I see what goes on within the American paranormal community. They have their own spits and spats, but the UK paranormal is a joke. I'm being honest, it's a joke. The things that I see that goes on with the American paranormal community and the English paranormal or UK paranormal community, do you know what? I see none of that within the German paranormal community. And it is huge. It is bigger than the English and American combined. It is huge. And you don't see any of it. It's just for live streaming, Charlie. When you get to certain stages, you are able to upload. But with what's going on in DLive at the moment, maybe at a later date, there is going to be more opportunity for everybody to be able to upload. Maybe there will be a small monthly fee for that, you know, and depending on the price, it might even be something that I would be prepared to do, is do a monthly payment just to be able to upload.
Well, I think they'll probably end up using lemons.
Yeah.
You do a stream and people will donate you lemons.
Yeah.
And it's like a currency.
Yeah.
So I think that's the way it will go. If you donate so many, you know, lemons, you'll be able to, you know, basically, you know, buy your upload space. Yeah. But it's all changing anyway. You know, it's a very young, old tech site, but it's a very good one, particularly for live streaming. I mean, the chat is so interactive.
It is. It is.
You wouldn't believe like how good the chat is on it.
Yeah. And I just want to say, you know, people will hear donation lemons. Oh, Zara, I thought you were against making money out of the paranormal. I am. What everybody does is each to their own. Me personally, I am. Whatever I get in donations, lemons, ice creams, diamonds, whatever, I actually I put back into the community. I don't make anything on Be Live. I may gift a subscription to another channel. I'll donate to other channels. I don't keep anything myself. I pay it forward. I do give back, Jojo. I do give back. And to you too, Zach. So I'm not on any platform to make money. The platforms that I am on because I enjoy what I do. No other reason. If I only had 5 people on here, I'd be happy with that. If I only had five people on the other set of platforms, and some of them being old tech, if I only had 5 people on them, I'm happy with that as well. Money isn't a thing for me. I'm not in it for money. I am in it for the research and to put out what I receive, nothing else. Yeah, exactly, Chris. Exactly. So I think we've probably said everything, haven't we?
Yeah, I think we are.
So, you know, if for anybody that's watching it back, okay, First World, I'll see you around. Thanks for coming.
Take care.
You know, are there going to be people that that aren't going to agree with what I'm saying? Of course there is. I respect their opinion. But that doesn't mean that I have to have the same opinion as them. Exactly, Mags. They do. That's quite right. You're all right, First World. I'll let that one slide.
I think, you know, that's one of the main things about, you know, how we are in the paranormals are we actually take the time out to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know, and pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah, I'll quite happily talk paranormal to anybody that wants to talk paranormal. But what they've got to understand is if I'm asked anything and any advice that I give, it's either from it's either from what I've gone through my experiences, through my journey, and it's a continuing journey. You take care. I'll look forward to seeing that. You'll have to let me know the link for that, First World, or I'll look for it on Discord. Every piece of advice that I give out is either from my own experience, or from what I've researched, or from what I've been mentored. But I'm not going to turn around and say, you have to do it this way. Everything else you learn is wrong. This is the only right way to do it. No. If there's research to back it up, then yeah, I will.
Because First World,
different.
First World, I've done Drakelow tunnels quite a few times. It's for whatever reason, it's absolutely brilliant for getting EVPs.
Okay, cool.
I don't know whether it's, you know, the way the tunnels resonate sound, but I've had some mind-blowing EVPs in Drakelow.
Yeah. So, but I really do hope that you know, if that's just lurking in the chat, or that's been in the chat, or is watching this later, that maybe you can understand why we are stepping back, why we are doing our live streams on a different platform. You know, am I saying that I'm never going to do live streams again on YouTube? No. But for the time being, yes. Until I see a difference happening on YouTube and none of the stuff that's going on at the moment, if I personally don't see any improvement and things getting back to the way that they were a few years ago, I won't be doing my live streams on here anymore, and I most certainly won't be uploading as much, because I do not want to be a part of a community like that. I prefer to be part of the other community that a lot of us belong to, and we're all from different genres. We all agree, we disagree on stuff, but we all discuss things like adults, as adults should, not like children. Sure, someone will always put you down for your beliefs, Mags. But you know, you're gonna get that on any social media platform across the board. You're always gonna get trolls. You're always gonna get those types of people. Laters, hi Supernatural Lost Adventures. But the thing is, it's how you deal with them. That's the biggest thing. I don't worry about it, not really, not anymore. You know, I think I've probably, for not the worst thing, because obviously the doxing, swatting and stuff like that is obviously the worst thing that you more or less, and ultimately some people committing suicide. That's the worst things that that can happen on YouTube, or social media altogether. You know, with what happened to me is minute in comparison. So you know, trolls saying, well, oh, you're crazy, you're stupid, you're this, you're that, it's just like, yeah, oh, I give you 30 thumbs down. Yeah, okay, mate, feel free, go for it. Makes no difference to analytics on YouTube. This is another thing what a lot of people tend to forget. Thumbs down doesn't really matter. And if you're that focused on your thumbs up and your thumbs down, well, turn them off. Numbers are, it's just a number, doesn't mean anything. I don't know if there's anything else you want to add at all, hon.
I think you've just about covered everything.
Yeah.
There's not really a lot I can say, you know. It's, come here, pussycat. Sorry about that.
Alfie.
Yeah, I made him squeal then.
Yeah.
No, I just think, you know, for us, you know, with the environment that, you know, that we've like witnessed it, you know, it was just time for us to like move elsewhere. You know, a different audience, a new audience, one that's more receptive, you know, one that's not as toxic, you know, an environment that is so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, and that's a big word that you said there, which in what, if you had to explain in one word the way that we feel about paranormal on YouTube, not for every, now I just want to make this clear again. We're not saying everybody, okay? Because far from it, because there are very, very good channels on YouTube, but it's a large portion of YouTube paranormal is toxic. And Glenn hit the nail on the head there with that word, toxic.
Hey there, Nag.
You're right, Nag. Yeah. So basically, we're going to be doing what we're going to do, what we normally do if we were to live stream, plus some extras over on another platform. Very true, supernatural. And we're just going to enjoy ourselves without.
Yeah. Zara also does a War of the Worlds stream as well, which is awesome.
I do. So if any of you that like Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds, I stream the album a couple of times, about twice a month.
Once we're about do, aren't we?
No, dear.
Sure.
Yes, dear. He is obsessed, Max. He's completely obsessed with War of the Worlds.
It was worth a try.
And we did, Joanne. We had a bloody good party the other night on D Live, and it was fantastic. It was good. It is, but so I'm going to put the link in again. This is directly to my channel on D Live, and this is Glenn's direct D Live. I'm not saying for anybody to leave YouTube and go across to D Live, but you know, at least go and take a look at it.
Right, Charlotte.
You'll have a lot of gamers on there, but there's a lot of other stuff on there as well.
Oh, Nag would be in his element over there.
Oh, Nag would be in his element. You know, if you're part of the 420 community, there's a 420 community over there. If you like music, there's a music community over there. The paranormal community is very small over there. There's not that many of us. But if you just like chatting streams, like a bit similar to what Glenn and I are doing, but you've got other people up on panels back and forth talking about whatever, there's community for that. People playing their own instruments, there's community for that. It is so diverse. Creativity, making stuff, there's a community for that as well. So, and yeah, agreed, Mags. You know, you go in and talk to these, they are so friendly, they are so welcoming, you know. Welcome to D Live, welcome to the community, welcome to the family. And you won't get that on here. No, not in a million years. You won't get that on here.
Everything's copyrighted, man.
Well, I'm just on about just like the friendliness. If you go into a channel that it is just so warm and so open, and where it doesn't matter whether you're just starting out or whether you're an affiliate or you're a verified partner or you're a global partner, everybody is welcoming. Do you still get your trolls? Yeah, of course you still get your trolls. You get
Yeah, you can just get rid of them just like that. It's just brilliant.
yeah. You don't have to worry. Oh, thumbs up, thumbs down. Oh, no, you don't have to worry about that. Don't have to worry about that. Can you still see analytics? Yes, you can still see analytics of how your lives have been doing. But you haven't got that competitiveness. I've not found it in what 5-6 weeks we've been over there, thereabouts. I've not found it. I've just found everybody to be extremely supportive.
Well, Joanne, the thing about D-Live is it is a community. It's respected as a community, and people on there respect each other for being in that community, and it makes a massive difference.
Yeah. Yep.
It really does.
Yep. You're installing the app. Oh, you found it, Yanis. Oh, that's good. But yeah, Glenn is on there, not as North Nottingham Paranormal Investigators. You just search for NNPI and you'll find Glenn there. I'm there as Paranormal White Noise, but it's all one word. There's no spaces. You can actually see the people that are following us. So if you see somebody there that you know, you can always go and check their channel out.
Sunny Nook 14, for anyone that wants to know, is Stephen Dennis.
Bless him. But there'll actually be a few faces that you'll probably recognize over there as well. But it's lots and lots of fun. So if you want a nice, relaxed atmosphere with a live spirit box session or live paranormal, well, not live a paranormal chat. I've not really gone live paranormal wise on Facebook, Rich. Not really. You know, and you want to see Glenn and I doing that stuff that you're used to us seeing doing on a live stream. That's where you're going to see it. You're not going to see it on here. So yeah, if you know, will we still be putting stuff from our lives from over there up here? More than likely. There was I put one up last week. So even if you wanted to, you can go back and have a look at the most recent video I uploaded. That was actually taken from a stream on D-Live. You can see the chat. I've uploaded it not in great quality, but you can more or less see the type of thing that goes in on the chat. The types of you know what happens. That you see the emotes coming up on the chat because where I've got it up on the screen. So if you wanted to have a general idea of how a stream runs, you know, it's just a small snippet, but it gives you a general idea.
And on D-Live, you can go to your replays and you can watch your replays anyway.
Yeah, only up to 3 days.
Yeah,
yeah.
For now.
But for now, I'm thinking about going live for the first time. I have on Facebook. Oh right, yeah, Rich. What you need to do if they don't have their own streaming software, so you would have to use something like on the PC OBS or Streamlabs OBS, or if you're doing it on a mobile device, you can use Streamlabs. Works lovely.
Or StreamYard.
Or StreamYard, but has to be a paid version. So some form of third-party software.
Yeah, it's, because it's old tech, it's on blockchain.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, you know, because it's on blockchain, it just reduces all that red tape.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh yeah, I've got a fantastic. Yeah, my blue crow you see on screen there actually spins around.
Well, hang on a minute. Let me just switch the brand over to yours quickly. There we go.
Yeah.
There's your blue crow.
I forgot you could change that over.
Yeah.
You should have had that on there from the beginning.
Why? It's yours. It's my stream, not yours.
It's our stream, dear wifey.
Oh, I'm so sorry, darling.
Now put your
yeah, I'm just going to go into where I've got it saved. Hang on a minute.
Hi, Court Ghost Researchers.
Hello, Cork. My God, I've not seen you guys in ages. How the devil are you? And this is my baby. There we go. I should have had that one going really all stream, shouldn't I?
No, mine.
I'll speak to Karen this week.
Yeah.
I'll speak to Karen this week. See if she'll do
Oh,
that.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've told Keith then?
Keith, I told Keith about it the other week.
Oh, okay.
I've just not spoken to Karen yet.
Well, you kept that quiet.
No, I told you.
Yeah, only the other day.
No, I told you originally.
That wasn't the other week.
It was.
I demand a divorce.
Right now, guy. We are like an old married couple, so you know we don't hide it either. No, I originally came up with the idea, and I turned around and said to you, "Well, what do you think about this idea?" You went, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea," and I mentioned it to Keith, and he said, "Yeah, just speak to Karen." And then I said to Karen, "Oh, Karen, I need to speak to you about something." And she went, "Yeah, all right, just hit me up on Discord."
Oh, okay.
See?
I've slept since then.
See? Yes,
Yeah.
I am. Yes, I am.
Keith could do with making Max an emoter.
Yeah. He made something with their logo. Should ask him, Max.
What's your motif going to be, Max? A pint pot? Or a toilet with a seat up? Steady on.
Yeah, I'll steady on. Well, you can always write Keith on Twitter, Charlie.
Well, actually, Jojo, I actually did say to Zara today, because somebody mentioned somebody wearing the trousers. And I said to Zara, who wears the trousers in our relationship? And Zara says, me.
Sure. A woman always wears the trousers.
Maybe.
And people can say what they want about that.
I'll say nothing because I didn't.
No, you get a kick up the butt.
A picture of me with my foot in your face. Okay, Mags, that sounds good. Can you draw us a picture?
Funny.
What's Charlie want? He wants his locomotive on one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ellie! Hello, my darling.
Hello, Springtrap. Trap.
How are you? You all right, sweetheart? Wow, that is really strange coincidences. I was only talking about Ellie today. Funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was talking about the live stream from the other year before last.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Is that when you was chatting with Herman?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Well. And lo and behold, Miss Ellie Mae turns up herself. Oh dear. Hope you well, Ellie. Yeah, my spinny does look cool. Well, I can't put two, one beside the other, I'm afraid.
I should have one with green tights on, Max?
It is, Jojo. It is. That is lovely. But I don't actually think I've got anything else to add. Hello, Margie. How are you, sweetie? Oh, right. Oh, right. Are we doing that, are we?
Yeah, see, I can change it too.
Yeah, we can, can't we?
Oh.
This one. There we go.
That's not fair.
You don't want to break StreamYard.
Okay, does that mean leave the controls alone?
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll take away your D Live. No, I can't say that actually because you won't pay for my StreamYard anymore.
Yeah, you see, who wears the trousers now, woman?
Me.
Okay. I'll never win.
I might let you win once in a while.
Okie dokie. What do you mean delete his, Max? Just telling you to delete mine.
No, I'm not going to delete it. I'm not that cruel, Mags.
Hi there, Margie.
But look, do the best of both worlds, dear. You got my background, okay, with your crow. Okay? Happy now? Well, you're going to have to be.
Okay. Can't you play my background?
Or I can just put it like this so none of us can win. If I've got the right one. Yeah, exactly, Rich. You tell him.
Yeah, you tell him, Rich.
All right, or you know, I should just you know, neither of us, and just put it on that one instead.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, I just leave it on that one instead.
I forgot yet that one.
Ah, there you go.
I didn't realise that was in here.
No, I've just uploaded it.
Ah, okay.
Yes. Oh my god, it's 22:22.
21:22 here.
I know, but 22:22. Oh, don't worry, Spring. How are you, Ellie? How's life? They sure are, Jojo. They sure are.
By the way, that fire at the back of Zara isn't right over there in the background. Looks like it's on the far end of the room, but it's not.
It's not. Hang on, let me turn my light off. No. Oh, God. Turned it up then. There you go. Just something that looks warm and cozy in the background. It's not real. Yes, we're still on. Studying for, oh, you're studying for your GCSEs? Nice. No, Ellie, I'm hiding my grey hair under my ponytail, hun. No Botox, no makeup, very raw. My glasses are hiding my wrinkles there in the corner. Yeah, he's there. There he is. There's his bottom there, right there.
Yeah, it does look real, don't it, Rich? I was just looking at it then for a moment. It looked like it was like way back there.
It does. Megs, what you need to do if you want to share something with somebody on Google Drive, once you've uploaded the item, there's the 3 dots, if I remember, and it will say something like share link or turn it on to be able to share link. And then once that's turned on, if you copy the link, then you can send it to someone. Laughter lines. Yes, laughter lines.
Hey there, Spring. How are you, Ellie? I've been put in my place, Ellie. I've been told off by Zara.
Of course.
Apparently, for some reason, she thinks she wears the trousers.
Oh, I can go on a nice shopping spree tomorrow if I wanted to.
Yeah, you could do.
Mm. I just do a bit of online shopping tomorrow, right?
Yeah, okay, Zara. Did you want that new chair?
I did. I better behave myself.
Yeah.
First world, I will be live. I don't know, actually. Sometime this week.
Yeah, I think I'll be live tomorrow evening.
You're going to go live tomorrow evening, are you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, during the week.
Yeah, I'm going to do a continuation of. Do you remember the other week when you was going live and then I had to jump off because I started doing Charlie's spirit box.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to do a continuation of that.
Right, because you did do a live after that to do a continuation, so you're doing another continuation.
Yeah, I did, but I didn't do it with the spirit box. It was just an experiment to see if, any repetitive words came out.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. So you word it here.
Yeah, see if the name Mikey comes through, but unprovoked, unprovoked. And I'm not asking. I'm just going to see. I'm going to have to word it in a way where I'm not directly asking.
And that's Glenn's account, and that's Glenn's channel. Jojo's been with us for a while, Ellie.
Yeah, Jojo, it will be just interesting to see if any of those, words come through. There's actually a couple of words that come, a couple of names that come through on the EVP session. Again, I don't, one of the names was Tom, very clearly, Class A. So I'm going to see if that word has any meaning or reference. You just never know.
That's true.
It's not like to do with like doing like an investigation with it. It's just an experiment, just to see if those names come through.
First world, I've already put Glenn's link up. If you just look above, a few comments above where you see mine, that's Glenn's link. So you just need to put N or just put NNPI in the search.
Yeah, there's a few in chat, isn't there, that's over on D Live.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yes. Is Glenn in another room? I think you're in the same house. You can't fool me. I'm in a funny way. No, Rich, I'm still in Germany and Glenn's still in England. And Cheeky's still running around being cheeky.
If you see a hand come across and a clip round the ear will appear at the back of Zara.
Well, it ain't going to be you, that's for sure.
You never know.
Well, it'll only be my hand.
It's happened before. Yeah, I'll put you up. Charlie. You can have Zara's bed for the night. I'll take the cat. Zara can sleep with Cheeky in the cage.
Yeah, that's at my place. What about your place? Dear, oh dear. That's all right. If I've got my gaming chair by then, I'll just sleep in my chair.
You have to come over before she gets it, Charlie.
Yeah, this one. No, is the answer to that one, Ellie. No, big fat no.
Zach's giving us melons, not lemons.
Maybe we're a bunch of melons and not a bunch of lemons.
Yeah, it's possible.
At least we're not a bunch of bananas.
No, we may be bananas.
Might be bananas. Yeah. Oh dear. But I think what I'm probably going to do is close down the stream because I've got a bit of a sore throat. I need to get another drink. Unless you want to add anything else.
No, I think anything we've needed to have said for the reasons we're going over to D Live has been said. Sorry if like we've offended anybody, but you just got to tell it how it is sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Rachel's good, Spring. She was in here earlier.
Rachel Jude. Yeah, Rachel's okay.
Yeah. So
I am sorry, Max.
Tomorrow, are you doing a session tomorrow? Are you using the box tomorrow?
Yeah, I've made a slight modification to the Timex. I'm going to see how that works.
So you've heard it here first. Tomorrow evening on D Live, any in particular time?
Probably be about 9 o'clock.
There you go.
Well, for the simple reason, I don't know what time Charlie gets in from work. I think he gets in around about. I think it's around about 8 o'clock. You come in about 8 o'clock, Charlie? 8 o'clock UK time, that is. I don't know what time that would be.
9 o'clock my time. She's looking about 2 p.m. Central.
Oh, thank you, Rich. 4 p.m. Eastern.
Mm.
So you get home at 4 p.m. Eastern, Charlie. Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
Cheers, Rich. Sax gave us lemons now, not melons.
But Charlie gave us diamonds.
Did it?
Yeah, we got 5 diamonds earlier. Further up in the chat. We're rich.
5 diamonds.
Where should we go?
That's 500 lemons, isn't it?
Yeah. Where should we go?
Bahamas. I'm just trying to think now. We could go up to Point to the zoo.
No, dear. Out of Germany.
Oh, okay. We'll take a trip down to Austria then.
Out at Austria's only next door. Oh, Molly, ice creams. Switzerland, you can go to Switzerland and back in a day.
Yeah.
Out of Europe, dear. I mean, somewhere where you have to fly or go on a boat or.
Oh, you mean travel?
Well, what did you expect?
We could go to China.
Not at the moment.
Well, I've only got that coronavirus 30%. Need to top it up.
Oh, bad joke.
Okay, then how about the Maldives?
It's an idea.
Yeah.
It's an idea. Okay, we need 5 diamonds then from Charlie.
Yeah, 5 diamonds, Charlie. Then we can go to the Maldives. Make it 6, and then we've got some spending money.
Oh, by the way, guys, we are joking.
I'm not. I was being serious.
Well, you can be serious if you want to.
Mexican beer virus.
Yeah, Corona.
MBV sounds like an all-terrain vehicle. That does, Charlie.
Oh dear! Look, you got an extra diamond there.
Oh, thank you.
Now you can now you got your diamond. You can be happy now.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right. Well, I'm definitely going to get up because I need to get a drink and whatnot, and what one does. But I want to thank everybody that came. You know, if anybody, please don't take what I've said personally, because I'm not meaning it on a personal level. This is just general observations and my own personal opinion. Glenn's also. I don't use it anymore after a bad experience when I was a teenager, Ellie. But we are still around, sort of, but just in a different context. than beforehand. I don't know if you got any final words, Hon.
No, just keep it real, guys.
Yep. And from me, I just want to finish on what I always finish on for the very last YouTube live stream for the time being. Stay truthful, stay honest, and make sure every single day counts. So if you want to catch up with us on live, you can catch us both over at D Live. So until the next time, somewhere, you all take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.